starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Background and history. Henry Fayol was born in France in 1841. He got degree in mining engineering in 1816. He started working as an engineer in a coal mining company. Promoted as managing director of a company in 1888. Company was in a situation of insolvency, accepted the challenge and applied his managerial technique to bring out the company from this situation and success. When he retired after 13 years, the company was a leading coal steel company with strong financial background. Major Fayol became famous as father of management studies and trust because of the following contribution. First, he made clear distinction between technical and managerial skill. Second, he identified main steps in management which considered the main function of management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Third, he developed 40 principles of management which act as a guideline for managers to perform managerial activity. 14 principles of management. 1. Division of work. 2. Authority and responsibility. 3. Discipline. 4. Authority of command. 5. Unity of direction. 6. Subordination of individual interest to general interest. 7. Remuneration of employee. 8. Centralization and decentralization. 9. Scala change. 10. Order. 11. Equity. 12. Stability of personnel. 13. Initiative. 14. Esprit de corps.
Okay, then I will continue this presentation with related example of organization that still use failure approaches, which is McDonald's use a principle of authority and responsibility, and then Cadbury use a principle of discipline. Apple using a common of unity as a principle, and then Volkswagen division of work, and KFC use that failure approaches too, which is was unity of direction, and then Samsung use principle of scala chain, and Google use a principle of initiative, and Pizza Hut using principle of equity, and then Suzuki using a principle of remuneration.
Next, I will explain about the advantages and disadvantages of the administration of management by Fayol. And as for the advantages, it is the broadest theory of administrative management. As a method of dealing with management practice, Henry Fayol's theory is quite complete. It is also the most widely utilized because it has been shown to be effective. It is comprehensive because it covers almost everything a manager could need to know in order to succeed. And you can tell Fayol was writing over a century ago by looking at the terminology he used. Also for employees, for example, are referred to as men by him. He shows respect to his employees and encourages them to work better. However, as Daniel Rand points out, we would probably be teaching industrial engineering, sociology, economics, or possibly ergonomics to people who desire to be managers if it weren't for the contributions of pioneers like Fayol. To do so would be to return us to the 19th century, which technical expertise ruled supreme as a path to managerial responsibility. As for the disadvantages, there are 3 points that I can point out. First is that human intervention is still required. The approach limitation include the fact that it still relies on individuals. We are all prone to make mistakes as humans, and the concept is based on achieving interpersonal harmony, which leads to the formation of a strong management team. The team's overall strength weakens when mistakes are made. And additionally, if a person is detected lying and refuses to recognize it, other issues may occur. And this is an issue in any system that relies on humans to maintain control, given factors like personality and the likelihood of mistake. Next is that hypotheses that haven't been tested. Many of the assumptions made by classical writers were based on value judgments that conveyed what they thought to be good lives, moral codes, and attitudes toward achievement, rather than scientific testing. Traditional techniques, for example, appear to be considered a worker's life to begin and finish at the factory door. Their underlying premise is that people are mainly driven by money, and finally, the conclusion. Recent management research has revised and reinterpreted some of the concepts to make them better and more effective in their application to organizations. Others have stayed mostly unchanged since Fayol proposed them and are still commonly used in today's management. In the context of management as a practice, all organizations are similar in certain aspects. The necessity for management in all sorts of organizations is not diminished by the categorizing of organizations, whether for profit or not, into production, marketing, sales, or service as goods. A library and information center is no different, and as a result, it should be regarded like a business. As a result, this study suggests that this idea can be applied to library administration. Furthermore, case studies can be used to conduct research surveys to determine the amount of use of fails or comparable ideas in libraries and information center. Research into library management technique and approach should, in fact, be encouraged in today's culture. There are a variety of management systems and approach in use, and on